Welcome to the Native Diamond Podcast.
Oh, shit! What you waiting for?
What the fuck is up, everyone? 𝕹𝖊𝖜 here, back at it again with a new podcast episode. And I cannot wait to show you this episode because I got to speak with Cody Ritchie, the drummer of GOALKEEPER. GOALKEEPER is a sick pop punk band. Yes, I said it, pop punk. I love talking to a pop punk band about pop punk shit. And we had a lot of fun in this one. We talked about all types of stuff. They got to work with 𝕹𝖊𝖜 of Neck Deep and 𝕹𝖊𝖜 of Cartel. And it's been very exciting for them. I also got to ask him his hot take on, is Travis Barker a good drummer? I was just asking for a drummer friend to tell me. That has been a hot topic lately, and I wanted to get to the bottom of it. Also, I put him through the hot round, the pop punk edition band either or questions. You don't want to miss out on his answers. We also play their new release, Black and Blue Reimagined. You got to hear it. It's so intimate. It's so emotional. It fucks, okay? It is such a good song. But anyways, I hope you guys have been doing well. Of course, I have been hiking and I've been feeling a lot better. I do want to apologize for this episode because I was having really bad allergy problems and there was just something in my throat the whole time. So I do apologize for that. I am feeling a lot better though because I have been hiking and drinking a lot of water. It seems like the pollen is starting to subside a little bit, so that's really good. I just hope you guys have been doing well. I've been feeling a lot better, just been kind of watching how much time I spend on social media and things that aren't really important. And it seems to be having a positive effect on my life. So I wanted to share that with you guys. If you haven't been feeling the greatest, if you've been feeling down and out, those are just some things that work for me. Everyone is different, of course, but hey, you know what? Try it out. If you don't like it, fuck it. Don't ever do it again. But anyway, let's get into it. I'm not going to bother you guys anymore. Let's get into my conversation with Cody Ritchie of GOALKEEPER. Let's get it. What's up, everyone? 𝕹𝖊𝖜 here. This is Native Diamond Podcast, and this is going to be a fun one because today we're hanging out with Cody Ritchie from GOALKEEPER. What's going on, dude?
Happy to be here, man. No, it's great. It's great. Like you and I were talking about earlier, it's that cycle where it's in between the laundry and the bed sheets. You know, same old.
Yeah, just a lot of crap to do around the house. Adulting.
Yep, keeping it safe and busy.
The low life of it. All right.
Sorry about that. I'm here.
Oh, you're good. Stuff like that happens all the time on these like Zoom calls. It's all good.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, very unpredictable. Like I've had videos cut out like all the way through up until the end, and then like you get all kinds of problems. I think it's because like so many people use like this platform now or this app or whatever.
And it's brand new, and it's like I remember like back in the trying to get in the beginning of the quarantine process, and that was a lot rougher than it is now. So I think like we're in the beginning of perfecting it.
Yeah, for sure. And I was like using Skype before this, and I was having a hard time.
Really?
With that? Yeah, it was terrible.
I don't think I have a Skype anymore. FaceTime has like replaced all that, you know?
Yeah, that is so true. That would be interesting to try to FaceTime a podcast. I don't know if you could record it, but I don't know. Interesting. But anyway, dude, thanks for doing this, and thanks for representing your band. GOALKEEPER is a sick band. I don't want to downplay that. I've been listening to you guys pretty much all day today and yesterday, really just trying to get a feel for it. And I don't know, I just like how it's centered around like the songwriting and like real life experiences as opposed to like being political or something like that. But I guess you have to be with pop punk, right?
Yeah, it's all about that realness, or like just like that relatability and honesty. And I think Ryan and I do an awesome job of like nailing that. No, we sound like conversational, it sounds real. So I think Goalkeeper does a good job of that.
No, for sure. And we were talking off air, but I wanted people to know, but you're a part of the songwriting process, even though you are the drummer. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just have been in previous bands where, writing was a main part of it. And I don't really know too much about, guitar or like songwriting, but I picked up a few chords along the way. And, I just figured out like, I think I have a good taste of melody. So I started to figure that out. And just the lessons we've learned with songwriting in the like the 4 years that we've had Goalkeeper, I've learned a lot and I've applied it. And sorry, that's all that I got distracted. It's hysterical.
You good? That's my fault, probably.
No, it's fine. It's hysterical. That's what I was doing before this. So I've learned a lot about it, and it's like keeping it simple and just like trying to stay straightforward to like what you would really say to somebody in a conversation. So as far as the situation that I play with songwriting with Ryan, it's like 50-50, so we throw things back and forth with each other. And I think that's the best too. Or the best way to really collaborative and just feeling like you can talk to somebody about like your ideas, because you can get caught in your own mind real easy. So having someone like Ryan and even Mark, he's there for me as well, but like someone I could just toss at a wall and say, hey, is this cool? That gets a lot of ideas fleshed out. And I think him and I have established a really good relationship over the years. There's no ego. We can be like, hey man, that kind of sucks. I know you can do better, so and with like without us getting each other's faces. So it's really collaborative and like very 50-50, which is awesome.
That is really cool. And I was just thinking about that today. Like I was in like bands in high school and shit like that, but like it never went beyond that. But like the people that were in the bands were obviously like my best friends.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I just feel like it's kind of hard to, or I would imagine that it would be really hard to like keep pursuing a career in music if like you don't have a very strong friendship with these guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. That's something that we figured out with this band, and something I figured out with previous bands. If you're not getting along with the people in your band, it's going to be a really, really difficult time. So fortunately, I got really, really lucky. And Ryan is an awesome dude. Mark is the smartest and greatest guy I know. So I think I have a really, really awesome time with these guys in this band. And we're super honest. And outside of just the band relationship, we are friends. Like, it's funny, before this, I just confirmed with Mark and his wife that we're doing an escape room on Friday.
Oh, sick.
Which we've been doing over the pandemic because it's a pretty safe environment because you're by yourself, and but anyways, we've been doing that the entire time. And like we keep up with each other and we text each other, and like that's a key part of making sure the band is going to be successful. You have to be on the same page, but you also have to like each other. So, friendship. Yay.
Yeah, for sure. I've never done an escape room. So like what
really?
is, yeah. So like, what do you timed to get out, or like, is it timed like how long it takes you to get out, or how's that work?
Yeah. So the escape room is like most of them that I've been to have been an hour, and you are in this room that you have to escape from based off the theme and like the clues they give you. And you have to like break out of it, reading into the clues and like trying to solve the mystery. So my girlfriend, she got me into them, and it's like a total brain puzzle and a hit of serotonin when you get a clue right and something across the room like slides open, there's a key, and you have to run across the room and get that key and then unlock something, and before you know it, like you're on a pirate ship solving the Davy Jones locker and how to get his mystery, and like I don't know, a false wall falls behind you and there's a whole open room, and like I don't know, it's just basically like an hour worth of like serotonin for me and her. So
that's really cool.
We started doing it with Mark and his wife because it's like a cool double date thing to do too. So if you are in the area of an escape room, try one out with a friend, because you and that friend will have a great time, I promise.
That sounds sick. Yeah, I would totally like to check that out.
Yeah, they're fun, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, anyway, so are you in Philadelphia right now? Is that the
No, so
deal?
I live about a half hour out of Philly in
Okay.
what's called Salem, New Jersey.
All right.
Yeah, it's like exit 1 on 295. I'm basically at like the head of Delaware, which sucks. It's the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I've got like a lot of rural area around here.
Mhm.
Like the coolest thing I have around here is a Walmart.
I feel you, dude. I mean, I live basically in the sticks as well.
Yeah, cheers to that. You know,
Yeah, cheers to that for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so like, what's the closest big city near you?
It would be Philadelphia for sure.
Okay,
And
so
like
Philly.
we got super lucky with that because well, also the way the band works is we're kind of like a big triangle. Mark is right outside of Philadelphia. I'm down here in Salem County, and then Ryan is below us, and like I think it's called 𝕻𝖉𝖈 County. I don't know. He's down by the shore in New
Okay.
Jersey. So we have this nice triangular reach of the South Jersey region, which you used to our advantage throughout growing in the scene. And
Sure.
and Mark did a great job, and he's like a huge promoter throughout the scene, and he's just so good with talking to people. He's like we call him the ninja because he's like so quick and like so like ruthless when it comes to emailing people, like blank email people out of nowhere. And that's just like how he's done it, and I can't be more thankful for him. But anyways, so Mark is the closest to Philadelphia, and he's what really got us into that scene. And it's much easier to say like, yeah, we're from Philadelphia than like we're from South Jersey.
Yeah,
You know?
I get it. I mean, I did the same shit. Like, I'm not technically in Charlotte. I live like basically in a rural area outside of Charlotte. Nobody would know like what it is unless I say it. So,
What is it?
Monroe.
Awesome. I love Monroe, dude. That place is awesome.
Yeah. Right.
Right. That's the same way
look
for
at
me.
that.
I actually like the place where I'm really from is called Lower Always Creek,
Mhm.
but middle of nowhere. I think there's like a population of like 500 or something, maybe. You know,
So
but that's the best pop kind of punk. Like that's the best kind of pop punk. You know,
Oh, yeah,
middle of nowhere.
yeah.
Gotta get out of this town.
yeah, I was just about to like ask something along those lines, but like, do you think being in like or from a rural area, how much has that had an impact on like your music and your taste and all that kind of shit?
You know, dude, it's funny because I feel like this question actually comes up more often than I thought it would. I feel like being in this kind of area does affect the way you look at maybe something that's like pop punk because there's that sense of adventure or maybe that sense of something more out there when you're living in an area that's got 3 light posts down the road and like shitty Wi-Fi, you know, and the closest neighbor's cow. So like you're wondering what else is out there, and like to I don't know. There's a lot of pop punk songs that are about tour that are about like just getting out there and like saying fuck it and see the world. So I think that's what I related to it. I related to just the sense of a bigger calling. So I think not to say that's not what you can get from when you're living in, you know, a suburban setting or a city setting, but I think there is that sense of like you have such basic principles growing up in a small area like me or like you, and just really have that desire for more. I feel like music really can take you there, and if you decide to do it with pop punk, like fuck yeah, get it down.
Yeah, I love that. And that's something, you know, I really like about pop punk. Obviously, I like how like how hopeful it is. I guess that's like the best word to sum it up.
That's what goalkeepers always try to put a tack or a pin on is just that hopeful side of things. I know our transition from Bad Times Don't Last to Life in Slow Motion is a darker shade of things, but like I think in every song you can feel a bit of positivity or a bit of hope, and that's, you know, something we always try and capture.
Yeah, I definitely get that from the music and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I was gonna ask you this kind of later on, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's a good time to kind of segue into this. But so 𝕹𝖊𝖈 has produced some of, you know, your music. Which songs in particular?
So we this new record that we did, Life in Slow Motion, is where we kind of took everything up a notch. You know, when like when Taco Bell went from the Dorito like taco and they went to like the Cool Ranch Taco. Like they really kicked it up like a whole level. That's what we did. We introduced Will Pugh, who did the engineering and a little bit of producing on the record, and then Seb Barlow did the entire record. He mixed and mastered it.
Wow, dude.
The entire thing. Yeah.
That's really cool.
He got introduced to us via a Facebook page he started that was for networking and just like questions about, I think, mixing as well. It's on Facebook. Maybe you've seen it. I can't remember what exactly it's called, but that's how Mark got introduced to it. And I think he just cold messaged him and was like, "Hey, we're doing this record. Interested in you doing it. We love your mixes." And then, like, before we knew it, he was saying that he had liked Sunshine, which is one of our previous tracks, and that he was like totally about talking to us about doing, the record. So when we were out in Nashville, we were staying at Airbnb. We got to talk to him on FaceTime for like, I don't know, probably like an hour, just shooting this shit. And half the time we didn't really even talk about like mixing, like, because who talks about mixing besides engineers? I'm just a drummer, you know what I mean? So like we had to sit there and just talk about like Ghost Stories and like Blink-182 and just like shit that we liked, and then the vibe of the record. So it was really cool to just sit down and just like get down to earth with him about what exactly our expectations were for the record. And he was real human about it, and we were real human about our end. And I think he knocked it out of the park. He did a phenomenal job. I think the record sounds fat as fuck.
That's awesome. And kind of for people who probably don't know who Seb Barlow is, so he's like the bassist of Neck Deep, who also produces some of their stuff. Yep, and he's also related to Ben, the singer, and he's played a huge role in the band from the very beginning. So his integration into the band, it's probably like the most natural thing that the band has done in their career, because like he's just been on the sidelines the whole time, but like he's been a member, a part of that team the whole road. So also, I think the record they put out with him, All Distortions Are Intentional, that's a slapper from track 1 to the end, So I mean, have you heard it? Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Neck Deep was actually my Spotify artist of the decade. Just throw that that's out awesome.
There.
Yeah,
and then to work with him on the record is really, really cool. So I felt like a lot of good hands were taking this project, and obviously you can see in the end it came out super, super cool. Yeah, for sure. And like Neck Deep, Life's Not Out to Get You or whatever, that was like my favorite album by them. Yeah, absolutely. I think that played a big role in the drum style that I consider when I'm drumming. Danny is such an incredible drummer, and I think that came out at a peak time in my drumming influence. That record, a lot of early Wonder years, Transit as well, that kind of drum style, and then obviously Travis Barker thrown in there, But Neck Deep had a lot to do with it. They're just such a cool band. That's interesting you brought up Travis Barker, and I want to ask you, since you're a drummer or whatever, because I get mixed reviews, and some people are basically like, well, Travis Barker is a good drummer, but he's never on a track that plays good drums or whatever. So what do you think about his drumming? I think where would you rank him, I guess? Dude, I think he is undoubtedly gonna go down as one of the most influential musicians of all time. After he passes, there's going to be, a fucking parade for him. Yeah. He's just from where he started, I'm not sure how much you know about where he's come from, but Travis gave his all. He said, he's just one of those people that said, fuck it, I'm doing music. And then got rid of the safety net, didn't fucking need it because it's Travis Barker. And he ended up just making the right connects, and he got into Blink, and you look where he is now. I think, and Ryan agrees with this, we talk about this a lot, he's just one of the most influential people in music right now as a whole. Especially if you're talking more than one genre, which that's impressive for any artist to transition from one to another, but he plays a major role in both. And especially in this process now where we're seeing them kind of merger together, he's that guy who's in the middle, pulling it together. So I mean, kudos to him. He's a rock star. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm on the Travis chain as far as that goes. Even just beyond his style, or maybe his playing, or what his tracks sound like these days. I just think, as an influencer and as a musician, he's doing waves and waves of good stuff.
Yeah, I feel you on that because I don't know. I've always liked Travis. I'm not gonna say I'm the best drummer, but I played drums before, not that great, but I always looked up to like Travis Barker. I think it's the energy. But did Travis Barker start off as the drummer for like the 𝕻𝖈𝖈 or something like that?
I'm actually not too sure on that history on that end. I know he didn't start in Blink. I know they had another drummer before him named something, but who knows? I'm sure he regrets not being in Blink. But I don't know too much about the bands he was in beforehand. I know the bands he was in with Blink-182 after.
I'm just like trying to look it up right now, but I feel like I've heard that before. Oh yeah, he was in the 𝕻𝖈𝖈.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, dude. This guy's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And he's in Transplants.
Oh, I don't.
Do you know about them?
Huh?
Dude,
No.
I heard about Transplants through a fucking shampoo commercial.
Oh shit.
Yeah, their song was just like, I guess, catchy enough to where the marketing team was like, "Hey, can we use this?" And they're like, "Absolutely." And then you listen to it, and the song felt like Guns, dude. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it says Transplants right here too.
yeah, yep.
Dude, that's really cool.
Oh, dude, yeah. If you've got time, look up. I'm sure there's some sort of documentary on that guy. Actually, I think there is one coming out soon called "The Life and Near Death of Travis Barker."
Really?
Yeah. That's so funny that we're talking about it. I'm pretty sure there's a documentary coming out like recent or very soon about him. Which, I mean, he deserved one.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but so like what he did a song with From First to Last.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, that makes sense.
Or was he a feature?
From First to Last has who was that? Is that Skrillex now?
Yeah, isn't that?
Yeah, Skrillex is in that, or he was
That's
originally
I was
in
like, that guy looks really familiar. Yeah, it's Skrillex for sure.
There's a lot of those like old scene bands that are coming back now.
That's interesting. Yeah, for sure. Like, what do you think about Attack or whatever?
Oh, dude, I completely missed that era, and Ryan gives it to me all the time. He was like, "Dude, you have to listen to Attack. You have to get into crapcore. You have to understand where it comes from, the impact it has on our scene." Dude, it's like I see these people, what do you want to know?
Yeah.
And
it's kind of silly. Yeah.
Dude, I totally understand the relevance, and I totally understand, if that came out when I were into the scene, I totally been like, oh, absolutely. I'm going to Hot Topic today. I'm buying that shit right now.
Yeah, it was just a different time for sure. But who were the top dogs like when you were,
Oh, dude, I caught the suppy stage, man. We're talking Mano, The Story So Far, Wonder Years. Yeah, around my area, we also had Major League. They were really, really cool. So that area, I personally fell in love with Transit. They're probably one of my favorite bands. I'll say like second or third favorite band of all time. They're awesome, dude. I'm super into that band and Fireworks. So I think my top three have always been, if I had to nail it, would be the Wonder Years, Fireworks, and Transit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was my high school, man. Actually, I have a Transit poster right there and a Grayscale one over there, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, sick. Grayscale is sick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I need to I'm very much into like metalcore, and that's kind of like in the realm of like what I listen to a lot of.
Yeah,
I listen to a lot of pop punk as well, but like when I listen to pop punk, I listen to like more like familiar things like like State Champs or whatever, The Story So Far and Neck Deep and all these bands. But like as far as like branching off and like listening to like different pop punk, I'm really guilty about just being bad about that.
No, it's okay. I mean, hey, also you like what you like. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, I see your Code Orange shirt. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I was trying to support them. It was during that like live stream thing they did last year, and before they.
I think I know what you're talking. Yeah.
And so I was just like, wow, I want to support those guys. That's really cool.
Last year, dude. That's crazy. That was only last year.
I know, it's just been like one long like year.
Yeah. One long like summer break. Hey, we're coming back.
Yeah.
Eventually. Ha ha ha. Yep.
All right. Well, we're gonna play the first game. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
It's gonna be.
Dive in.
It's called Hot Round, and of course, it's kind of under the premise of like pop punk, post hardcore, definitely bands that you know. And if you don't know, hey, you can always pass. So I'm gonna shoot them off. There's a couple like band either ors, but then there's a couple different either ors. So, but anyway, let's try the first one. You ready? So just say the first thing that comes to mind. Don't think about it too much.
I won't. Right.
Census Fail or Silverstein?
Silverstein, because lead singer Syndrome, and Shane Told's cool. I like him. He's a cool dude. Sounds like a cool dude.
Yeah, Shane Told. I listen to that podcast all the time, and like Silverstein's like one of my favorite bands of all time. So
Mark has like shoved that down my throat ever since I've known him.
Really?
So yeah, I've been forced to listen to it, but over the years I've just come to love it. I listen to it all the time.
That's cool. What's your favorite like album?
For Silverstein?
Mm-hmm.
God, what's Afterglow? Or it's called Afterglow.
Yeah. God, what is the album called? I feel like an idiot now. I just like think it.
Well, they do have some weird album names. So it's not too far off. Discovering the Waterfront's always great. I mean, like classic, right? It's Discovering the Waterfront. Yeah.
Discovering the Waterfront. Hold on. Dead Reflections.
Yeah.
Or Dead Reflection. Sorry.
I'm not like too deep into them because I missed that one, but just by a little bit. But the songs that I do know by them, I actually really like. Mm-hmm. I've only caught like their singles, but their singles are pretty tight.
Yeah. They have, their albums are like crazy. And like what made me get into them is like how like every album is just full of bangers and like just stuff that you can sing along to. And it's just super catchy. And that's what I really like about them.
I think that was the last show Mark caught before COVID hit.
Really?
Yeah, at the Fillmore in Philly. I'm pretty sure that was the last show he saw. Yeah, he said it was really, really good.
That's insane. All right, are you ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
All right. Neck Deep or All Time Low?
Oh, that's so hard. No, it's not. Neck Deep. I have a truly deep appreciation for All Time Low. And they influenced my music a lot. But Neck Deep influences it deep. I mean, like, if these are fast rounds, absolutely. I'll pick Neck Deep. 100%. Yeah.
And All Time Low, beyond that, like the song that everyone knows or whatever, but from back in the day, I wasn't really like huge into them. I'm not going to lie. Like
I've caught them live a few times. I actually ended up being in the front of their concert once, at the Electric Factory in Philly, and Jack Bearcat came to he did like crowd surfing thing that he always does.
Mm-hmm.
I got to touch his hair and like fiddle with it when he was playing guitar and like on top of the crowd. So I have fond memories of that band, and also their newest record, Wake Up Sunshine, is a slapper. So they always have a soft spot right here.
Yeah.
But Neck Deep does it. Yeah, man, I would pick them. They're awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I've listened to more like Neck Deep albums than All Time Low. So
yeah.
Just to be honest. All right, next one. Water Parks or Nothing Nowhere?
Oh, man. As hard as it is to say out loud, I think I would pick Water Parks. Yeah, that's a total contrast. Yeah. No shame. Austin Knight seems like a great guy. Probably really fun at a party for about 20 minutes.
Yeah. I heard him on Punk Rock MBMA podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was he like?
He was just like, he's just very energetic and like just very charismatic.
I can imagine.
Just like super hyper, it seems like.
Yeah, they're just really catchy. They know what they're doing with a hook. I get stuck in my head. I know if I'm singing it after the first time through, then they've got me. So, and also I like his voice, and some of his lyrics are kind of snarky and like kind of like tongue in cheek, like Fall Out Boy, which is cool. So I like them. I'll have to say.
I like how like modern they are. Well, like they're both very. That's tough to say because they're both very. Right. They're very much like this, like generation, whatever, Gen Z. But like Water Parks, like I don't know, they're produced by, or I'm sorry, their manager is from Good Charlotte. Is it? Which one?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's Joel.
Whoa, really?
But anyway, I mean, they're basically they're managed by Good Charlotte. I'll just say that. But it's really cool.
And I think it's funny that you ended up comparing the two because, like, I think once you said it, it makes sense. Nothing No, it does feel like a next modern like stage phase of bands, and he's got that incredible ability just to hit like that dark, not even like nostalgic, but like it just hits you in certain feelings for some reason. He does it really well.
Yeah,
that way with the words too.
Definitely, and I forget which album it was, but like he did like a whole acoustic album or whatever, and it was like really fucking sad and just like right up my right up my alley of like what I like.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'll have to check that out. I didn't know he had acoustic one out.
I forget what it's called. Oh, okay. So the album is actually called One Takes Volume 1.
Well, okay. I'm sure he did cool. One take.
Oh yeah, he is. He's signed by Fueled by Ramen. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to remember what record label he was under.
Oh, he's up there, man. He's one of the pro labels, you know.
Yeah. So is Fueled by Ramen? I mean, are they like handing out the money? Level. I mean,
well, you know what's funny actually is the label that we're on is Lost Music Collective, which is started by this dude Eric and this guy Vinny. Vinny played in Less Than Jake as the drummer, but low key he started Fueled by Ramen. He's like, he's one of the people who got Fall Out Boy to Paramore to Panic at the Disco. Like early days, he's the one that got that shit started. He ended up eventually selling it off, and obviously they've gone the direction they've gone. But he stayed pretty legit to the scene. So he decided him and Eric had a good relationship, and he was just talking about it. And he was like, dude, I really want to start getting back into this, and I just want to get into that music that I was into in the beginning, which is his Less Than Jake, the Fall Out Boy, that era of punk. And dude, by some fucking stroke of luck, we just happened to know Eric, and he was like, dude, do you guys want to have a talk with this guy about being one of the bands we start the label with? And we were like, wow,
that's crazy.
Duh. Yeah, it's the smallest things. It's crazy how things just like feel like that. And in this scene, it's like it's all about who you know. So fortunately enough, he's got us a lot of opportunities. And the label has been super cool so far. They help us put out Life in Slow Motion. They helped make that possible. What's coming forward was also made possible by them, and like in the foreseeable future, what we've got going with them, it looks great. We have a really good relationship with them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, dude, he's cool, man.
Sick. That must be like, is there anybody like you would be like starstruck, I guess, if you like had a conversation with you, would just be like, oh fuck, I like totally.
You know what, man? It's funny that like the way my opinions changed on that, because I really used to get that way a lot, like in crazy ways. But it's funny the way that relationship has changed, because I remember I met Will Pugh when he was playing a Cartel show in Philly, and I went up, I got a picture with him, and I was super nervous and everything, and we went into the studio to do Life in Slow Motion with him, and he is the most down-to-earth, intellectual person I've ever met. He's so chill. He's got no ego, no rock starisms at all. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, this guy must think he is, because he's in Cartel, dude. They've sold like over 500,000 records just on one record alone, and I'm in the same room with him working on my record, and he gives a shit, like, genuinely. So I just started thinking about it and was like, these people are just people. And so I used to really, really, really get starstruck, because I looked up to musicians a lot. But I think if there's anybody that I would probably get a little choked up with or wouldn't know what to say, it's probably someone like Mark Hoppus, and I'd play it cool. Let's be very clear. I would play it as cool as I possibly can. Yeah. But he would never know. But I would be shitting my pants. Absolutely. Yeah. He's just such an inspiration to, just the music that we play, the music that people created, and essentially just what we know as pop punk now. So how do you sum it up in a person who's got a fucking shark fin as a haircut and say like, dude, you're so badass.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good answer though.
I
Definitely.
think Ryan would be the same way.
Yeah. All right. You ready for the next one? Are we still playing this? All right. All right. Hopefully you've heard of the first one. Meet Me at the Altar or Knuckle Puck.
I would pick Knuckle Puck just because of 𝕃𝖉𝖈. That record came out in that 2015 section of pop punk, along with Lifestyle Not to Get You. That summer was fucking dope.
Yeah.
That's not to say Meet Me at the Altar is awesome, and they just put out that song Hit Like a Girl, which I think slaps, and it's got like this very like easy core drive to it.
I was about to just say
I
that.
absolutely love the fact that Fueled by Ramen put that out. It's funny that we're talking about them. I think that's awesome, and they've got the world on their shoulders, dude. They're gonna fucking rock it.
Yeah, they are definitely going places. I like everything that I've heard from them coming out. It's pretty good.
Absolutely.
I would have to. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was it. Just excited for more from them.
Yeah, I would go Knuckle Puck as well. That's all I was gonna say. But just because I just like know more and like, well, that's not fair to say, but like Knuckle Puck, like you said, very like monumental in that whole like second wave of pop punk.
Yeah, they definitely left their mark.
They're definitely an important band for sure, and I mean like everything that they've put out has been like fucking pretty much heat. So
yeah. Oh, dude, they know what they were doing. They're hitting that Knuckle Puck center every time.
It's really interesting. All right, next one. Broadside or Stand Atlantic?
Ooh, that's an interesting comparison. Stand Atlantic. I love Bonnie's voice. I saw them live at the Voltage Lounge in Philly, which that was an awesome night, an awesome tour package. I remember I used to work at a radio station, and I would try and find some songs of theirs to play on the radio station. But like all the songs I absolutely loved always had like a curse word or something that I couldn't play in it, So like I remember listening to their discography a lot to try and find like the songs I could like even just put on the radio just to blast them, because like I knew they were gonna blow up in the first place because just such an awesome sound. And then they ended up doing, what was it, Pink Elephant? Yeah, that's the record. That thing, just a different kind of pop punk that like it's got a lot of energy into it, and a lot of uniqueness, and I think they've definitely like developed their sound as an artist, and they're here to stay for a really long time. Not to say anything about the Broadside record that just came out or in comparison, because all those things are true about that record. But dude, man, that record's got some earworms. Stand Atlantic knows how to do it, man. They catch me.
Yeah. You just mentioned, but like Broadside Into the Raging Sea. I had to look up the record because I'm fucking terrible with names for some reason.
You know what's funny is that record, along with Neck Deep's new record, came out the same day we put Happy out back in June of last year. Yeah. So, that was really cool being put in some of the same lists as like, hey, this came out today. New Neck Deep, Broadside, Goalkeeper. And you're like, what? So that was just a really cool release day to share with, especially Seb, because he plays in Neck Deep and he mixed the record. And then also with Broadside, because I think that record in general broadened the horizon a lot. And I think some of the songs show exactly like where they want to take the direction with the band. And I think they definitely hit an emotional pocket with this record, which is really cool. We've had it on repeat. And also there's really some like serious dance bops on that record too.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't ignore Ollie's voice.
No, you really can't. And I don't know, it's just something that you have to like listen to again and again, because you always like hear something new each time. That kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely one of those records.
All right, nice. Next one. Are you ready for this one?
Let's do it.
I feel like I already know what you're gonna say, but anyway, 𝕹𝖊𝖈 or The Wonder Years?
Oh man, this is a hard one. The Wonder Years, 100%. Not to say that I don't love 𝕹𝖊𝖈, because they're such a vibe. Not to be cliche on their new record, but The Wonder Years, they have every bit of my heart, man. So when they had their 10-year anniversary as a band, I'm not sure if you know, but they had a 3-day anniversary to play their first 3 records all weekend in Philadelphia at the Union Transfer. So I didn't live in Philly, but I found a place to stay all weekend. I bought all three nights, and I waited outside the Union Transfer like 10 hours every day just to like be in front. And dude, I tell you what, man, like they have influenced me as a musician so much just by their passion as musicians, their songwriting, and just how personal they get and yet still feel so relatable. Like, you know, and they found me at a key part that I think they were writing to. I remember growing up and really relating to the upsides and thinking that was the greatest record of all time.
Right.
And then eventually you get just a little bit older and you say, you know what? Suburbia really does have some points though. And then by the time you get to, you know, where I am right now, I think the greatest generation is something that's very prominent in some of the feelings that I have right now. So that band just grows up with you. And I think I made a long answer of what could have been a short one, but I loved the Wonder Years.
That's sick. Yeah, that's what I predicted you would choose, by the way. So
yep.
All right. Next one. This is kind of like a new versus old, but even though the old is still around. Goldfinger or Stepson?
I would say Goldfinger, just for the cover. Right? 99 Red Balloons. That,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay, cool. And also, I don't know too much about Stepson.
Dude,
so,
their new album's really good. I'm not gonna lie.
What's Stepson like?
Shit. You want me to play some? I can play some.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, hit me.
I can at least play at least 30 seconds. I won't get sued.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Let me I'll set it up. But yeah, they're really cool band, Australian band. I'm actually got in contact with them. I think I'm trying to get them on the podcast. But
ooh, that'd be dope.
Probably get my hopes up. I don't know. I'm just trying to like
Australia's got something in the water.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is here lately. But
you got it.
Yeah, it's insane how many good bands are coming like from that area, or like from Australia rather.
Have you heard of Yours Truly?
Yeah.
Yep. Another great band comes from Australia.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
I'm gonna play this one because I got a little heart beside it, so let's go with that.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try not to blast your ears off.
Appreciate that. Oh, all right.
Do you like heavy stuff like this, or?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a nice little spot for me.
I like this. It's pretty cool.
When this come out 2020, 2021?
2021, actually brand new. So March 26th. Let's try my phone. Yeah, the clean though. The cleans are sick.
Nice.
Brisbane, Australia.
They've got a Trophy Eye sound, dude.
Yeah, they do have the Trophy Eye sound. Oh my god.
Big Trophy Eyes fan.
Sharing my notes.
You're fine.
Get out of that stuff. Not that it really matters.
Trophy Eyes. I think Trophy Eyes is probably my favorite Australian band. They've that hardcore beginning, but then where they are now with a more modern rock sound. I love it. I'm super, super into whatever they're gonna put out next. Have you heard the latest track they put out? It was a while ago, but
I did because somebody told me to listen to them, of course, and they told me to listen to the earlier stuff. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
but I did listen to the new stuff.
I think the newest song has a saxophone in it, if I'm not mistaken. Which
I think you're right.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
But it's a huge departure from the original sound.
Do you like stuff like Chase Atlantic?
I've been trying to get into that. I've seen that around the web a lot, and I think I saw you actually talked about one of the songs in the podcast, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I've reacted to a few of their songs. Their fan base is like caught on to my reactions, and they're just like, "Hey, react to this," and I just kept doing it. Their fan base is like getting crazy.
All right, nice. I think a buddy of mine who is. Yeah, he works with me. He's a bit younger than me. He's in high school now, but he's super into them. And I think I listened to a song like 2 years ago, or like maybe like 3 years ago, or something like that. And I liked what I heard. And then I kept seeing the name pop up, but I haven't listened to anything since.
All right. So before I ask the next one, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Okay, we're gonna take a break. All right. So
all right,
we'll be right back, guys. Okay, it's time to take a break. I want to hear some new music, and you don't want to miss this one because this is the new Black and Blue Reimagined by GOALKEEPER. Okay, this is brand fucking new. It fucks a lot. It fucks heavy. Okay, no, it's not heavy, but it is really good. It's heavy, emotional, but that's all you need to know. Okay, if you would like to get on the hidden gems section of the podcast, please email your submissions to 𝕹𝖊𝖜𝖻𝖘𝖙 𝕰𝖕𝖎𝖘𝖔𝖉𝖊, okay? And there we can decide who I want to put in this section. But today, it is all about GOALKEEPER, okay? So they are today's hidden gem. Let's get it. Grab a coffee, slam a beer. GOALKEEPER, Black and Blue Reimagined. Let's go.
I woke up again feeling stuck in slow motion. I reach for the words but they don't have emotion. Growing up taught me to carry my weight, but life is long distance and I'm out of shape. I wanna get up, but I'm feeling wasted from beating myself down when I should have faced it. I won't turn away, I'm choosing to stay and clean up this mess I made. I didn't know what to do when life left me black and blue. Everything's changing lately and I can't tell what's true. Now I'm black and blue. Feel the weight of the world crushing my shoulders. Starting to think that my life might be over. Dazed and confused, broken and bruised. I'm reaching for something new. I didn't know what to do when life left me black and blue. Everything's changing lately and I can't tell what's true. I didn't know what to do when life left me black and blue. Every time I waited, I've wasted time I could have used. Now I'm black and blue. I didn't know what to do when life left me black and blue. Everything's changing lately and I can't tell what's true. Gotta lose this attitude, show a little more gratitude. Every time I waited, I've wasted time I could have used. Now I'm black and blue. What am I gonna do now that I'm black and blue? Now I'm black and
And we're back. Let's ask this next one, and we're back, guys. We're back from the break. We've been kind of just goofing off. So, all right, next one. So, if there was an alternative music stock market, who would you rather put stock in? A Day to Remember or Dance Gavin Dance?
Dance Gavin Dance 1000%. I will bet on that every day of the week. Any day that ends with Y, dude. Dance Gavin Dance has, I think, one of the most dedicated and awesome fan bases that I've ever seen.
Right.
Because think about this. The main piece, the main like component about that band isn't the singer. They've gone through, I think 3, it might have been 4, I don't know, singers. But in all of that, I feel like the fan base really connects with more than just the singer about that, and really cares about Will Swan. And oh god, oh my gosh, one of my friends would be killing me for getting this guy's name. I can't think. I'm not gonna sweat it right now, but like I was saying, they've just got a different kind of fan base altogether. And I'm pretty sure if you auctioned off like one piece of memorabilia from Dance Gavin Dance and one from A Day to Remember, I'm pretty sure Dance Gavin Dance would like kill to the death over pieces of, stuff like that kind of stuff. Yeah. If it's not obvious, I'm a Dance Gavin Dance fan.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, as you should be. I mean, they're a sick band for sure. All right, next one, and this might be hard. I don't know. New Found Glory or Good Charlotte?
Oh, Good Charlotte. And Ryan would hate me for saying that because he thinks Good Charlotte is the band that ruined pop punk.
Really?
For a very specific reason. He thinks that so pop punk was huge in just like pop culture in the early 2000s, right? Being Blink-182 and American Pie, or even Cartel at a point was on MTV doing that Band in a Bubble thing.
Yeah.
So who I can't remember who he was dating, but the singer of Good Charlotte was dating that celebrity. Who was it?
Oh, it wasn't Avril, was it? It was
no, but it was like a TV star or like something along those lines. And
I remember that.
Yeah. So like they invaded pop culture to a whole new level, to where like that's what pop punk became. People thought pop punk was that goth, hair sticking out all to here, makeup down the lines, and whoever Good Charlotte might have been at that time, that's what I think really created that sense of what punk it was like. So Ryan was like, wow, that's not exactly what punk is like, and Good Charlotte's just this pop band that's coming out of nowhere. So he thinks that's what really put the nail in the coffin of the pop punk and pop culture back then. But I happen to think that they're super influential and an awesome band, which he thinks they got good tunes too. But I look at them a different way. If I listen to music the way I did now back then, I would think Good Charlotte's my favorite band, probably of all time. And Mark actually did a podcast not too long ago where the entire podcast is just about Good Charlotte.
Wow.
So, and like we were talking about earlier, they're managing, who is it, Water Parks?
Yeah, Water Parks, yeah.
To still have such a huge impact on what's going on in the scene, I think they're awesome, and I think they've kept up good stuff. I like their latest releases. Select singles are real bangers, and New Found Glory, I think, just missed the mark with me. I think they're an awesome band, and like honestly, this is another conversation we can have, but I feel like we're always like 1 degree away from talking to New Found Glory, because I feel like we've always kind of skimmed around the circle with where the band has been. But New Found Glory, that's more Mark and Ryan era. They love that like easy core vibe they had, the fast punk, the early 2000s drive-through records kind of stuff. And I'm just beyond the cusp of that. But like, Good Charlotte obviously had like the anthem, So like,
yeah, dude. For me, I
can't
mean,
say no.
For me, it was Good Charlotte for sure.
Oh, great. Okay, awesome. That makes this a lot easier.
Because I mean, like Good Charlotte is kind of funny because like all that shit at that time got me into like skateboarding. Yeah, and like I'm originally from like California, and like when I lived in California at that time, I was like 4th or 5th grade or something. But like, dude, everybody was like trying to skate, like even though everyone skates there anyways, but like everyone was like into skating because like Avril Lavigne and Good Charlotte and all these people, so like that was just huge fucking turning point in music for me.
Yeah, and an interesting thing about Blink that Mark mentions a lot is that we think Blink had such an impact on the scene because it brought that aspect of punk to suburbia. To like the money. The kids who had time and boredom and like could whine and complain. So when it got brought to that like widened the circle for the audience of pop punk, and then like what you're saying with Good Charlotte, that's what got you into skateboarding again. That's what, at least 5 years into the future, 99 being what Blink-182 did, and then the following year's Good Charlotte. So I think they were definitely that next like skip in the water the Stone makes.
Yeah, definitely. And at that time, like new metal was huge, so like Korn was huge, like Limp Bizkit was huge. So like kind of like that aesthetic that you had kind of mentioned about the gothy thing. I feel like that was kind of going on at that time, regardless. Like Marilyn Manson.
I think it's going
huge.
on now too.
Oh, for sure. Like that shit is back like tenfold.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fashion is cyclical, I think they say. Dude, we've hit that point. Yeah. I've noticed a lot of my friends are getting they're dyeing their or they're coloring their hair black. Which I mean, like fuck yeah to it, But I've seen a few of my friends do it now. I'm like, okay, so this is where we're at in the cycle. Goalkeeper is on this trajectory. We're gonna be the next big pop punk thing in the way. So this is all cool with me. I love this. It's awesome. you know?
I could see it because I mean, like I hate to say it with like MGK. I actually like MGK, but
Agree. Yeah, we're in safe territory here.
Okay,
I like
cool.
MGK too.
I feel like the last person I talked to about MGK, it didn't go very, very well, or like at least one sided. It wasn't an echo chamber, but I mean, so I feel like at this rate now you're having hip hop artists kind of playing in pop punk, so that's gonna make people explore more pop punk, I feel like. Yeah,
absolutely. And this is I think a bigger point to what we're saying about this this MGK thing. Just being, it feels like two genres are coming together in what feels like a very coherent, compatible way, where the two like were almost made for each other. So there's all this emo rap now. There's this like I'm not sure if you've heard of the band Magnolia Park.
I've heard, a little bit. Dude, I'm not gonna say I'm huge.
The newest mixtape that they put out is awesome. It's like 5 songs where they've got a few different features on there, and like every song is a goddamn hit, man.
Wow.
And they're nailing that MGK vibe on that record too. So just to feel this like brand new like wave of inclusion of prosperity for people who might have felt like they were in the shadows for this scene is like awesome. I'm so glad that like, we're finally feeling like what feels like the pop punk opening up to the world of everybody.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I might get canceled for saying this. Hopefully not. But no, I really don't think like emo rap, or I just say that with like air quotes or whatever. But like,
sure,
I don't think that's it. Going forward now. I feel like there's I feel like that's kind of, that wave has kind of skipped, and like
really
unfortunately I mean like I feel like it's going to keep going on, but I feel like there's going to be a lot more like band kind of inclusion type things, like more instrumentation as opposed to straight sampling or something.
Sure, or like a mix of something.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, more mixed up, but definitely more mixed up as opposed to like being sampled or just like artificially done.
Sure. Hey man, dude, I'm here for any more recorded drums you want to throw on there, dude. That's fine with me. Yeah, if you want, I haven't mastered it yet, but I've been kind of interested in getting a side like electronic panel of drums. I've literally done no research, but I think like every time I'm thinking to myself like, hey, you know what? I think sometime in Goalkeeper we might end up using that. I think that's going to be cool. So like the day that happens, I think it's going to be awesome. But I just love to see where we are now with music and just the progress that it's going to be making. Because when touring starts back up, that's going to be fucking awesome. I'm so ready for that.
And I guess what like I was referencing is like, do you listen to like Ghostman or like Scarlord, or have you heard of these artists?
I've heard of Ghostmain, but I can't tell you what the songs are like. Is it anything like Corpse or Corpse Husband or whatever that?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like that's very similar, I would say.
Okay, it's that same kind of like what sounds like they're like whispering very loud into a mic and kind of like shouting things. I haven't picked up on that wave yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to experience it. I listened to Poor Stacy.
Okay,
Recently.
yeah.
Poor Stacy is very, very of that same kind of genre, right? Yeah,
Yeah, so like
I'm
stuff
getting
like
my way
that,
into
you
it.
know, and like you know, even with Poor
MGK just did
Stacy,
a song with Corpse Husband, right? Or Corpse if it's just Corpse, whatever it is.
Daywalker, yeah. Well, anyway, before we get like too far gone into this like episode or whatever, but you know, obviously we want to talk about some new music. You guys have just dropped the reimagined version of Black and Blue.
Yes.
So what was like kind of the talk amongst you guys about like doing it this way?
Yeah. So we were approached by the label and they were like, we're bored as fuck in quarantine. And we're like, duh, so are we. And then we're like, let's do something. So we ended up getting this idea that the artists on the label were going to do acoustic tracks, right, for some of the songs of recent releases. The next thing that we had lined up a single for was Black and Blue on the record. And when we started thinking about it, I am a person and I'm a drummer and I need to be included in this band at all times ever. So if we're doing an acoustic track, we're not doing just guitar. And I was like, well, I'm going to be on this track, obviously, you know?
Yeah.
So we decided early on, we're like, this is going to be more than just Ryan and a guitar and, you know, just us saying like, hey, we just released a track today. That's acoustic. Go check it out. We decided, you know, A, we got the time. B, we got the resources. Let's make this a big release. So we are big fans of the Wonder Years, and they'd released Burst in Decay. If you're familiar, it's a reimagined version of a lot of their songs. And fortunately enough, that was done at the Lumberyard with Ace Enders and Nick from Man Overboard. And so that's like in our backyard. And we're super big fans of how that came out and just basically the reimagined vibe they gave to the songs because it felt really organic. So we hit up Nick, which we did a song with him a while ago called Screwdriver before we put out Bad Times Don't Last. And so that's kind of how we introduced our relationship to him. And as we've grown as musicians, he's been following our progress. He's been super happy to see where we've grown as a band. So when we hit him up, we're like, yo, we want to do this acoustic version of a song. What's your deal? What's going on, man? He was like, dude, come right through. He actually just got a new studio. He's working at this place called the Gradwell House. And it's this iconic recording studio in Haddonfield, New Jersey. And it's just got a lot of history. And we walked in there with zero expectations of how this track was going to come out. But we just talked with Nick for a little bit about kind of the vibe of the song and how we wanted to change it. And we gave it a run through. And then it just changed. We automatically knew that like once we picked up the chorus of the song the first time through, we were like, okay, this is the vibe. This is what we want to go for. So it was really awesome working with Nick in that setting because it was just literally like a 12-hour day of us just sitting with the song, working through every part, talking about like, hey, what kind of emotion do we want to touch with this? How do we bring that emotion to it? And he was super good at just like bringing out the best performance that we could because also he's a drummer and I've never really got to work with a drummer in the studio. So he got a lot of back and forth between me and him about drum ideas and like how to reflect that emotion. So I thought that aspect in general is really cool. And it felt like he ended up picking like an emotional side to it, to his heart too. So we got finished recording that day with it was just me, Ryan, and Mark. We put down bass, guitar, and drums. And at that point, it sounded really, really like raw, which is an awesome feeling. And then he was like, I had this guy who just did this work for me in 𝕺𝖊𝖜, which is his band. It's like a side project. It's really acoustic, piano based, emotional jams. And he was like, you should definitely throw him on there. Get the arrangement, bros. You know, throw the piano, get the strings. And you're like, absolutely, let's do it. If we're gonna throw it, do it. And his buddy Nate Sanders, he did a one take, or probably, and it was the first mix he sent us, and it sounded awesome. I think he hit every single emotional note that we wanted from it, and I think it veered off just enough to where this feels like a new idea, concept of the song, to where it's reimagined, but like you still have that same goalkeeper aspect that we just haven't shown yet. This just really just feels like another side of goalkeeper we haven't given yet, and I'm super excited for it to be out there now. You know,
yeah, for sure.
It was a really, really awesome time creating the song.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, honestly. Like, you know, I had to keep it like hush hush, so I couldn't like really talk about it a whole lot. But now we can talk about it, and no, it's really good. I like more like intimate kind of stuff like that. That's more like acoustic or whatever. I don't know. I just like that stuff.
It really touches, pulls one on the heartstrings.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
The video that we actually ended up doing. Oh no, please.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, you know, usually those are like the best songs. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I was gonna say the video that we had that goes along with it. We did it with our friends Tim and Casey, who have done a few of our other videos, and we did this in our practice space actually, which we've done like 3 or 4 other music videos for in there. So we ended up just using a different spot in it, and we just set up some lights, and I think we pulled off that like acoustic rustic vibe that goes to the rest of the song. So I think the video just enhances it, and it feels so cinematic. Like, it's awesome quality for what we got.
Yeah, definitely. Well, anyway, like, before, you know, I let you guys, or let you go, you guys, before I let you go, I wanted to know about some, like, do you have any crazy road stories? I know in the about section, you guys like went on tour with like state champs, real friends, can't swim. Do you have any like funny stories?
Yeah. So the one that I always like to mention is one of the last years that we got to play on tour was we were going down to Nashville, and we pulled up to what we were informed was a creative art space, and it was in like this construction yard. B, it was like a side warehouse, and C, it was also a growing house for CBD marijuana, and they were rolling joints when we walked in. So this isn't a real door. It's not a door that you open up with an actual handle. It's like the things that fall from the ceiling, and you brush through them, and then you brush through another one. And I walk in there, and they're just sitting there just rolling, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "Is this the show?" And they're like, "Yeah, absolutely. Come on in." All right, you know. That one's always fun. Dude, you know, I think we had this crazy night in Long Branch where it was at this bar, the Brighton bar in New Jersey. And we were on tour with, who was it? Gold Route. Yeah, that was it. And we ended up getting massively hydrated on water at a bar. And I think I ended up behind the bar that night trying to serve some drinks. I also tried to, I can't remember what I did. All I know is that Mark ended up on the top of our van that night, and he got woke up by the sun absolutely boiling him alive because it was the middle of summer, and he decided to sleep on top of the van.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dude, it sucks because like 2019 or 2020, 2020 we had like 150 shows planned. We were going to go to Florida, Texas, Chicago, California. We were going to, fingers crossed, hit the UK too. So,
wow.
I mean, we had a lot of plans, and that's, I mean, obviously we haven't stopped, you know, as soon as things are safe, as soon as guidelines are set and like people are vaccinated and the right things are in place, we're right back out there and we're going to hit it. But, you know, we took a little bit of a toll, missing all those shows. But I also do think that we spent the best of our time getting this record out, and I wouldn't have wanted to do it any other way.
Dude, hell yeah. Very well said. Cool story too. I mean, like, I don't know. I just think it's funny that like everyone has like these crazy fucking random stories that happen on the road. And, you know, I just obviously like telling it is like simple, but like you actually like going through it, it's hard to imagine, you know,
when you're
with
there,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Here's one for you that I think should go on here. We were playing this thing called 𝕹𝖊𝖜 Day. Fun fact: Mark is from Delaware County, Delco. Their main hobby is drinking. So 𝕹𝖊𝖜 Day is basically just a day where you raise money with a whole bunch of bands, a whole bunch of drinks, and you give it to a charity of the choice, whatever it is. Anyways, that's the first day that I started a tradition, which I really wish I didn't, but I threw up a lot on stage. And we were playing a Wonder Years cover that day, and I remember the smoke from the fog machine just like end up in my lungs, and it was just not good. I remember in the middle of the song, I dropped the sticks, I had to get off the stage, I threw up. Mark's wife came over to me. She was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Whoa, get away!" You know. And then I threw up. I got back on stage. The crowd was like, "Yeah, yeah!" You know. I got back up from there, and we picked right back up in the bridge and played the rest of the song.
Oh man!
That's Unfortunately, that is something I do. I really wish I didn't.
Man. That's hilarious, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, at your expense. Whatever.
Oh, it's okay. Mark and Ryan like it. You know. I think maybe I can pick up a new tradition maybe in 2021. Fingers crossed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some shows again. I can't wait. That'd be great.
Oh, me too. You know, what was the last show you saw?
Honestly, I mean, I went on a hiatus for a while, but it was probably like the last Warped Tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, awesome one to kick off on.
Yeah.
You know, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, just because like the one that I had lined up, it was 𝕹𝖊𝖜 𝕻𝖎 and it got canceled, right?
Canceled.
Yeah.
I'm just now seeing them like my Facebook memories, my time hop about like, oh, hey, sorry guys, we're gonna cancel this one. And like, dude, we were so stupid. I remember we canceled one show, and like in the midst of all of it, I remember posting something like, "Oh wow, can't believe I'm announcing a show." We like announced a show in Pittsburgh or something, and then like 3 days later, like, yeah, never mind. You know?
Yeah.
It's
just not happening. Well, that kind of sucks, but I mean, it's coming around the corner. It's very soon.
Yeah, you know, we made the best of it, and like as soon as it comes back, we'll make the best of it. So,
oh yeah. Well, all right, I want to go ahead and start wrapping it up and let you get on with your evening and stuff like that. I appreciate all the time that you've given me. And
oh no, this has been awesome, man. I'm super happy to talk to you.
Hell yeah. So anyway, like, is there anything that we can look forward to? I know that, you know, you just obviously dropped a new, you know, release and, you know, video and stuff like that. But anything else that you can maybe leak out? I don't know.
So like, it might be obvious, but like, we're following your pattern. We've done something for Just Say It, something for Graveyard, something for Black and Blue, something for Happy. We have 5 tracks. We might actually end up doing something for the last track. Who knows? So, you know, that might come out. And also, we're not touring. So, like, what's the other thing a band does? Is that right? Is that demo? I don't know. So, you know, we'll keep ourselves busy. I think that's it all. I'll say for now. But you know, we definitely haven't stopped at all. And I think if we're looking at like, you know, grass is greener versions here, I think quarantine has just given us the right energy, the right mindset, and the right motivation to keep writing. So if we didn't have this, we wouldn't have the possible songs we have now. I don't know if we have any songs or not, but, you know, if we do, I think I think we're making the best time of quarantine for the fans, if you're listening.
Sick. Well, dude, thank you so much. I mean,
yeah, absolutely, Seth. Happy to be here, dude.
Yeah, that was basically it. So that was it, Cody. Let's get out of here.
Nice.
You know, I'll stop recording. We can chit chat, but that was it. So
nice, awesome.
We'll see you guys again. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This has been awesome.
All right, everyone. That pretty much does it for today's podcast episode. If you made it this far, you are a real one. Thank you for all the love and support. I really do appreciate you guys. And today, we are going to roll out to some more Goalkeeper. Yeah, that's right. We're going to play Just Say It. Everything from Goalkeeper. is a bop, okay? And we're gonna end it with this one. Love you guys. Take care. Please like the video, follow, subscribe. That way you don't miss out on future content. I drop it at random times, okay? I drop it when I can. I'm doing the best I can. You know what? Hope you guys have a great week. And also, just please share. Please share if you like the podcast, okay? Word of mouth is key. Just help me get the word out because, you know, these platforms do a really bad job of exposing new podcasts. So anything helps, and I really do appreciate it. But anyway, let's get out of here. Just Say It by Goalkeeper. I'll see you next time.
What's it been like over a week now? Let's you and me sit down, sort all the shit out. I don't even know what we're fighting about. You hold on and leave us hung up in a rain cloud. My mind's on the fritz now. You're all in a fit now. I can't figure out how I feel about it. You're calling it quits now. I'm asking you to calm down. We both know how much good it's doing us now. Just say it's not what you wanted. Just say it's perfectly honest. You hate it when it's time to face it. Can't get back the time we wasted. Just say it. Just say it. Give me your worst, don't leave anything out now. Your walls are high so nobody would find out. Give it a rest, would you? I could see through how everything I said to you only brought us down. Just say it's not what you wanted. Just say it's perfectly honest. You hate it when it's time to face it. Can't get back the time we wasted. Just say it. Just say it. Everything I said to you only brought us down. Everything I said to you only brought us down. Just say it, it's not what you wanted. Just say it to be perfectly honest. You hate it when it's time to face it. Can't get back the time we wasted. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
Shine on.
Hell yeah.